Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best Amethyst cards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 14,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day, tons and tons of content every day. Basically, uploaded 6 videos every day since the game came out, except for Sunday, when obviously, as you all know, I did have that family emergency. But that's in the past. We're moving on. Apologize again. But regardless, we're back at it, and we are ranking the top 10 Amethysts in today's video, the best cards in the game. I mean, some of these guys, most of these guys, all these guys really can play on the best team in the game and are elite level cards in my team. So if you are looking for guys to fill spots on your lineup, these are some of the best cards in the game that can do so. Especially some of these guys to the top are, I think, some of the few cards that I would recommend you target more than any other in this game. Like, they're really, really important cards to have on your squad. So before we hop into it, yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Damian Lillard is going to be number 10. And the reason that I have Dame all the way down at number 10 is just because he doesn't play any defense. He's 84 speed and excel, which is solid. He can dunk, and he dunks pretty well. And he's a very, very good shooter, of course. Obviously a great shooter with insane shooting badges. Really great playmaking ability as well. Does not defend well at all, though. I'm not a fan of Dame defensively. And honestly, while I like his release, I wouldn't say his movement is particularly insane. I think he's very good because he's one of the very few cards right now that can shoot and dunk at a high level, which makes him still a very, very good card. But unfortunately, I would say he's not quite as elite because he does struggle so much defensively. It prevents him from being an elite level card, but that is okay. He's still not bad at all, and I think he's a pretty decent option in my team at point guard. At the number 9 spot, I'm going to go with Bam Adebayo. I think Bam is honestly probably your third best center in my team right now, maybe fourth. Very good card though. 6'9", 7'2" wingspan. 65 shot 3 is a little low, but it's high enough to green. 74 speed and excel is very good. He's an elite interior defender and a very good dunker. Hoff anchor, gold pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser, silver box up, east brick wall and interceptor, bronze clamps, silver bailout, silver break starter as well. He's got silver post riser, post spin, drop stepper. Good badges on this Bam Adebayo card. His release is also very nice, which helps him out as well, considering that he's not the most elite shooter in the world, but him having a very good release is important as well. And he's just a really, really nice option at the center position in my team. Just with that little bit low 3 ball holding him down just a little bit. Doesn't mean he's a bad card at all, though. At number 8, Jason Tatum, one of my favorite small forwards in my team. Still use this card in my lineup as well. He gets a lot of minutes for me. 6'8", 6'10" wingspans, 81 speed and excel is very solid for a small forward. 87 shot 3 is great. 85 driving dunk gets the job done. 87 perimeter, 87 lateral. I mean, he's versatile. Even a pretty high interior defense. Hoff blinders, bronze limitless, silver agent 3, gold guard up, silver catch and shoot, silver handles for days, bronze blow by, bronze bailout, bronze break starter, gold clamps. Some other good defensive badges. Overall, just a solid all-around card. Has silver posterizer as well. Really, really nice release. Movement is okay. He'll occasionally go get a bucket, but he's obviously not my primary ball handler. But I like the card a lot. I think Tatum is still an elite level option at the small forward position. His cards are always really good in 2K. They were last year too, and I expect that that'll probably continue. I remember he had that pink diamond very early last year that was easily the best small forward in the game when he was first available, or him and Scottie Pippen, I should say. But Tracy McGrady is going to come in at number 7 for me. This might be a little lower than a lot of y'all would have T-Mac. I did not lock in for T-Mac, and I did not think he was worth locking in for at the time. And the reason that I say that is, despite him being a great card, and he certainly is, 85 speed, 89 shot 3, 90 driving dunk, 80 perimeter, 82 lateral. He's not an incredible defender by any means. He's a very, very good shooter, but he doesn't move insanely well. Finishing wise, he's very capable as well, but his release is not insane. His movement is good, but not absurd. I think he's a very, very good card, but I think he's also very, very expensive. And I think we also have gotten a lot of good shooting guards. The shooting guard position is the deepest position in the game right now between all of the top tier shooting guards that we have, as well as the free shooting guard that we have in Brandon Roy. I mean, he's free. Everybody can get him. And probably more and more people are starting to get closer towards getting him because the game has been out for longer. So definitely, I would say a great card is T-Mac, and he's got great size, which is really, really nice. But I do think there are several better options still. Vince Carter is actually one of those, in my opinion. I think he's a little bit better than T-Mac at the shooting guard position. Maybe this is a hot take for some people, but for me, I don't know. 6'6", 6'9" wingspan. He's a little more versatile, a little bit better defender in my opinion. Has a couple defensive badges. Still a very capable shooter with bronze limitless range, high 3 ball, elite slasher. Not that T-Mac's a bad slasher, because he's still an amazing slasher. Playmaking badges are probably a little better for Vince as well. Vince's release is similar to T-Mac's. Movement wise, they're also pretty similar. I think Vince is really nice though. I think he's a great card, just like I think T-Mac's a great card. I think you could switch these two, and I would totally I wouldn't disagree with you. Like, obviously, they're very, very close. They're both elite level shooting guard options. And personally, I pulled Vince out of the Amethyst option pack, Showtime option pack that I bought last weekend. So I'm using him on my account right now. But I do have him auctionable, and I may wind up selling him at some point because I also have Brandon Roy and Devin Booker locked in. But he is a very, very good card. And honestly, they're both very, very good cards. So definitely like it what I'm seeing. Now, after Vince, I'm going to go with at the number 5 spot. I think it has to be Dr. J. I know that's a little, nah, I think I'm going Sean Kemp at number 5. I just changed my mind. Sean Kemp, I think, is the best power forward in the game, not named. Well, even Anthony Davis. He might be better than Anthony Davis at power forward specifically. He's obviously not as good as a defender as AD, but he's still a decent defender. Half pogo stick is huge. He's a very good rebounder, and he does have silver interceptor. Defensive stats aren't terrible. He's got a decent interior, decent blocks, super athletic, very high vertical. Great dunker, pretty fast. 3-ball is a little low, 68, but his release is super nice, and he's obviously hyper athletic. He's a great screener, but he's got a super smooth release, the Romeo Langford base. I just think he's an absolute monster of a card at the power forward position. I'm starting him at power forward right now because I've been using him and AD together as my power forward position, just trying those cards out this week, but I've really actually enjoyed starting those two guys together. I know it doesn't really make sense, but I do actually have Shaq coming off the bench right now. Now, in any sort of competitive game, I probably would play Shaq the vast majority of the minutes at center still, but I do think that Sean Kemp is a very viable option at a competitive level, one of the best cards in the game. I think he's an absolute monster at power forward, and I think he does deserve a top 5 spot on this list. At number 4, I think I am going to go with Dr. J. Dr. J, still an amazing shooting guard. I think probably a top 2 or so shooting guard in my team right now, maybe top 3. 6'7", 6'11" wingspan, 86 speed and excel, 70 shot 3 is a little low. It's a little low, but it's not really. And his release is so money. It doesn't really matter that much. It's crazy high vertical, really good defender, high interior as well for a shooting guard. Really good defensive badges. That helps a ton. He's still super athletic, has silver handles for days, gold break starter, gold hyperdrive, really good finishing badges. And this John Wall, Rudy Gay combo is, I think this release has been good forever. I think this good release was probably good in 2K13. But John Wall, Rudy Gay upper is an elite release. That, I mean, you know, anything that has to do with John Wall's release or Rudy Gay's release is going to be cash money every single year, and it's maybe more cash than ever this year. MJ dribble style is not as good as it was last year, but it's still very good. I think, by the way, the best dribble style in the game is Kyrie Irving dribble style, and I'm hoping we get more cards with Kyrie dribble style as the year progresses and not MJ, because it will be easier to dribble with cards with Kyrie dribble style, and it'll be easier to put combos together and things like that. So regardless, Dr. J, great card, definitely highly recommend. At the shooting guard position, I think he's an absolutely incredible option, and I think he's a top 4 card. I do have one shooting guard over him though, and I know Devin Booker's defensive stats are not great, and I know he only has 79 speed. He is the best shot creating card in this game besides Kyrie Irving, and I will stand on that. 79 speed and excel, 87 shot 3. He's not an incredible dunker, but he dunks way better than you would think. The shooting badges are elite. The defense on this card is not there, and we know that he's a very poor defender, but playmaking badges, shooting badges, and even some finishing badges are very, very good on him. Stat badge and, well, mainly badge and defensive stat wise, he's not as good as Dr. J, Vince, or T-Mac. I understand that, but his fade, first of all, is ridiculous, and for whatever reason, his release as well, he is the most impressive shot creating card, especially when he gets takeover. It's like almost impossible to stop. This card is really, really ridiculous. I don't know what 2K did to Devin Booker's release this year and his fade this year, but he is really, really obnoxious to stop in my team, and offensively is right there with the best shot creators in the entire game. I think he's a top 3 card among the Amethyst cards, despite being as poor of a defender and not that fast. I still think he's an amazing card. Scottie Pippen coming in at number 2, just like a long-term lock. Is just an absolutely amazing card. 6'8", 7-foot wingspan, fast, elite defender, really good release. I understand, and a very capable slasher. I understand the shooting badges aren't there. Obviously, later in the year, we'll get a better Scottie Pippen who has higher interior, higher block, higher shooting ability, more better SIGs and stuff. But for right now, this is just an incredible lockdown defender who also has an amazing release, which is huge on the offensive end of the court for getting off his shot and being a threat and forcing the defense to respect him, spacing the floor for your actual ball handles. But then has the athletic ability to attack a closeout, push the ball in transition, and dunk the ball as well. So gets a lot of versatility and just like the perfect glue guy that you can have right now in my team. Scottie Pippen's just an absolute monster, and I think he's an elite level card at the small forward position. And then finally, at number 1, I don't think this is a huge surprise, and I understand he only has 72 speed, but Anthony Davis is the best Amethyst card in the game right now. This is probably, in my opinion, him and Kyrie Irving are probably the 2 most must-have cards in the game. as of right now to play at a competitive level. I don't know where I ranked them on my must-have cards last week, outside of Shaq, I guess. And there's a couple other emeralds and stuff. Like there's some really good budget cards as well that are really nice. But I would say in terms of the expensive cards that are going to compete at the top tier, it's Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is free though. Anthony Davis 140K. For 140K, you're getting a center who can compete against Shaq on the interior while being able to stretch the floor at a high level and having athletic versatility and being a very versatile defender. Half anchor, half post lockdown, gold chase down and pogo stick. Some good silver and bronze badges there as well. Good finishing badges, really nice release. They made his release better this year. Super high interior, super athletic, good speed, good shooting ability. He is the best Amethyst card in the game right now. And in my opinion, probably one of the biggest cards that everybody should be trying to target to get on your squad. Because if you can get a Kyrie and Anthony Davis pick and roll, pick and pop, you can compete with anybody else on my team pretty much just having budget cards at the other positions. Going with guys like a Dr. J at the 2, but you don't need a Dr. J at the 2 because you can go with the cheaper option at the 2. You could go with 3 and D budget cards and free cards at the 2, the 3, the 4. Guys like Jordan Walsh and LaFonso Ellis, or a Ruby Jabari Smith who's free. Ruby Cam Whitmore is free. Ruby Dylan Brooks are free. There are lots of free and budget cards that you can plug into those spots. But if you can get top tier bigs, top tier locks, and top tier ball handlers, you will be chilling. And as you'll see, ball handler, big, lock. The top 3 amethysts are the 3 guys who are the best at those spots among the amethysts, and I think those are the most important positions to have, are to have that elite lock, have especially an elite ball handler and an elite big as well. So hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.